Good morning, Wildings. It's time for another intuitive tarot card reading. Today we're going to ask Spirit, why are they proud of you? What do they want you to know about why they are so proud of you right now? This could be anyone that you have in mind, or in general what people who meet you think that is amazing about you. So if you want to stick around for that video, here it is. Hi Wildings, welcome to your intuitive tarot card reading for the day about why your person, whoever you're thinking of, or just people in general feel proud about you or for you, or insert whatever fits best based on the situation that you're currently thinking of. We've got 3 piles to choose from today. If for whatever reason you're not feeling connected to your intuition, or you're wanting to avoid triggers or anything like that, I've placed a summary of each reading at the very bottom of the description box below. So you're welcome to scroll down and have a look there. For everyone else, to get your channeled messages about why your person is proud of you or what are they proud of you for, go ahead and use your intuition to select a crystal or a pile, and wherever your intuition is sending you, I will see you there very soon. Hey there, pile 1, welcome to your reading about why your person feels proud about you or what they feel proud about you for. So if you chose this beautiful red crystal, then this reading is probably for you. However, as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. There will be some messages in this reading that are for specific people, and there might be interpretations of the cards that better fit your situation. So utilizing your own intuition and discernment during this reading, as always, that's kind of the most important part. We're first going to get the general themes of why your person feels proud about you or for you or whatever it is, using this astrology deck. So we've got stability. Anything else, Spirit, for why pile 1's person feels proud about them? Anything else about why pile 1's person feels proud? Okay, so we've already got a bit of synchronicity here with the earth element of stability and the Virgo sign. Virgo is obviously an earth sign. It is a very stable zodiac. It's also a very like earthy goddess energy as well. I'm just going to assume these are meant for you because they just randomly slid out. Yeah, as I was saying, it's a very like earthy goddess kind of vibe, but also very kind of down to earth, practical. So lots of synchronicity here. We've also got the 3rd house of communication, and then we've got Sagittarius, I see. So we've got Sagittarius, which is like a fire sign. Both of these are mutable signs, so I'm sensing like some flexibility straight away. And then Sagittarius is also like a seeker, a traveler, and like a very curious sign. Sagittarius corresponds to the 9th house of like spiritual development and like faith and higher education, while Virgo energy aligns with the 6th house of like routine and who we are and what we get up to day to day, as well as our like health. Then the 3rd house corresponds with Gemini energy and has to do with like the mind, communication, also like the planet Mercury and like thinking. So those are the general themes, but let's dive a little deeper using this traditional tarot. Can we please have why pile 1's person is proud of pile 1, please? Can we please have why pile 1's person is proud of pile 1, please? Can we please have, thank you. So we have some more synchronicities with this Temperance card and the Stability card that came out. Like Temperance is kind of like contentment, but also like a very stable kind of major arcana. Do we have anything else for why pile? Trying to fit everything in and make sure it's in the shot. Okay, do we have a clarification for the King of Cups energy? And for the Ten of Pentacles and Temperance card, please. And for the Page of Wands, please. Okay, so what I'm getting straight away for you, pile 1, is that you've been through it. So we have the 7 of Swords in reverse and the 3 of Swords in reverse. So these are both kind of like deception, betrayal, separation kind of energies. But them both coming out in reverse, especially based on how they're clarified, what I'm getting straight away is that even though you've been through it, you've been put through the ringer, by maybe people from your past or just like circumstances in your life, or like maybe your childhood wasn't like super easy, or you know, whatever. Like even though you've been really through it, pile 1, you've not allowed that to kind of change you for the worse, is kind of like the overall theme that I'm getting for this reading. So you've always like maintained a really balanced perspective. Like the King of Swords and Justice cards, what they're telling me clarifying these energies is that you've always kind of maintained that like ability to perceive a situation with like real integrity and intelligence, and not taking things like overly personally, at least not for a long time. Like you are able to kind of like see things back in balance and like get clarity in a way that isn't like overly biased in one way or the other. And you've been able to kind of like stay like kind of supportive and empathetic and gentle, even when people have maybe wronged you in the past. And you've kind of like kept this real like kind of wholeheartedness and like again kind of like balance and calmness when you really could have gotten like super like rigid. Like you could have let that really break you down. The shadow side of the Emperor like is kind of like essentially toxic masculinity, usually in one of two ways. Like either it can come out as like being overly passive or like overly like kind of rigid and aggressive. But what I'm getting with these cards clarifying each other is that you've really stayed in balance with yourself and like really stayed in integrity with yourself when like the circumstances of your life could have really made you like shut down or rigid or just like emotionally unavailable, or not really like present to life as it is. Like you could have been, say, like trying to control things, but essentially like you've kind of kept this like sense of stability the whole time. Like this Pentacles and Earth element suit are like yeah, like the Pentacles represents that Earth element, so I'm sensing like a lot of stability here. And this third house, like corresponding to Gemini energy, like yes, Gemini can be two-faced in its shadow, but in its positive aspects, Gemini is like seeing both sides of the situation, like very clearly. Same with Sagittarius, like it's also an energy of like seeing things clearly and seeing things from a higher, more spiritual perspective. So whereas Gemini is like kind of seeing two sides of the coin from an intellectual perspective, more like this King of Swords energy. This Sagittarius energy, I would say, is like kind of closer to this Page of Wands energy, where it's like really like shedding a light on things from like a spiritual perspective. I'm sensing that also like you've kind of like never given up on love as well. So this Page of Cups represents kind of like hope for like new starts when it comes to love, and like very kind of like passionate movie romance, like kind of lots of synchronicities. And I'm getting that like even though you could have definitely given up hope, like I'm getting that you could have like essentially shone the light away from like love and connection. You've been able to kind of like keep shining the light on where love exists in your life and where you hope to have love in your life in some sort of new cycle or future. Yeah, this like the Page and Sagittarius energy are very similar in terms of that kind of like curiosity, excitement, exploration. And I think this coming out in reverse is more about highlighting like what you've been focusing on, which is this kind of like love energy. But yeah, this King of Cups is telling me that like you've maintained that kind of empathetic, supportive nature, even like when you've been through lots of stuff. But let's see what else there is for you. Pile 1. Like whoever you're thinking of is so proud of you for like how much hope you have about love, and how much balance and kind of like serenity you've maintained even when you've potentially not been treated right. So anything else? I'm getting from this Five of Pentacles in reverse that like when you've not been treated right, like even if you've maybe gone there for like say a little while, because I think it's human to kind of like go to a place of like not enoughness, like you've never stayed there, like you've never really stayed in a place of like poverty and lack in terms of like what's to come for you. Like you've always really maintained hope, and whoever you're thinking of sees that as like a huge like positive, as well as this Seven of Cups. The right way up, this can indicate sometimes like illusions, but in reverse, I'm getting that like you're not maintaining these ideas from a place of kind of naivety or like toxic positivity. Like you're really it's because you're like woke. It's because like you're seeing things from like a higher spiritual perspective. Like you're not maintaining this like hopeful outlook from a place of like being naive and being toxically positive. Like you're seeing it from really like source perspective or spiritual knowing. Like it's not coming from like a naive place, at least not all the time. And whoever you're thinking of, your person, like they really see that like your hope for like the future and like what's still to come for you, even though you've faced so much in the past, and is like really bright. And also like that's what's helped you kind of like maintain like real steadiness in the face of like difficulties, because you're kind of like looking at it from a high perspective all the time. Yeah, so you've definitely overcome a lot. Maybe like you're still overcoming some stuff right now, but you're really kind of like, what I'm getting from this Five is like you're seeing everything from kind of like all angles. Like you're kind of like shedding a light on like kind of all possibilities, and like potentially like your person sees that whenever something happens, like you're kind of like seeing it from like this perspective and that perspective and then this perspective, and like not really judging anything as good or bad, but more like just like seeing how there's truths in like kind of every corner of whatever it is that you've been through. Do we have anything else for why pile one's person is proud of them? Yeah, so I'm sensing that probably for the majority of you here that the person that you're thinking about is probably a romantic partner. And I'm getting from this card that like despite maybe what the person you're thinking of has put you through, like you still love them. And you still like treat them with absolute sovereignty and divinity, and like respect them and love them, and like kind of you've never wavered in that. I think maybe for some of you, like if the person you're thinking of isn't a romantic partner, if it's like maybe a friend or a family member or whatever it is, like I think this person probably as well maybe had done you dirty a little bit in the past for whatever reason, like maybe it's like a childhood trauma thing or, you know, whatever. But they see that you still like maintain love for them. Like I'm getting that you're very unconditionally loving. And I think like a lot of the messages being tied to say king energy more so than like king and emperor energy more so than any of the queen kind of energies is to me saying that like while you have been unconditionally loving, like you've also had boundaries like as well, like you've not let people like walk all over you either, and people definitely respect that about you. And I'm getting that your person's really proud of you for like kind of like having so much stability, having so much like hope and love regardless of what you've been through, but then also kind of like seeing all sides of the situation and seeing like where the people who have done you wrong need to be held accountable, as well as where you need to hold yourself accountable. Like I think this is very much the Virgo energy of like really thinking through like kind of what events led to a situation and who needs to take responsibility for what, in a very like kind of balanced and seeing both sides way, as well as like a very spiritually evolved way is what I'm getting. Wow, this like pile one, you have obviously been through a lot, and who you've been while you've been going through all of this, like it's really amazing. Like I'm so proud of you right now, honestly. But let's see what else we have in terms of why your person is so proud of you. Yeah, so I think no matter what you've been through, you've always used it to allow yourself to flourish and to be the best version of yourself. Like you've kind of never let it get you down, essentially. Even if you like get knocked back a little bit, like you always pick yourself back up and like come back to life with the same like openness and integrity and like faith and spiritual well-roundedness that you have always maintained. Like it's never it's never beaten you, like, or at least since this person has known you, they haven't seen it beat you at the very least. Do we have any more messages about why pile one's person is so proud of them? Yeah, so for a lot of you, I'm getting that it's definitely romantic. It's definitely a romantic connection that you're thinking of, and your person kind of can't believe that you're still like in love and attracted to them, even when they've like, as far as they see it anyway, like they've not treated you how you deserved it in certain moments. Yeah, they're definitely like so proud of you for like being able to forgive them like fully and just like kind of maintaining that like unconditional love underneath it all. Like even if you do get angry, even if you do need to set boundaries and kind of shake things up a little bit, like at the end of the day, like you've always honored the connection between the two of you, and you've also had a very positive mindset about everything. Like you've always considered yourself very abundant when it comes to especially love. I'm getting even when you've really been through it, maybe with past partners or whatever. I think you've always kind of like trusted in the good of people, and you've always kind of been able to see why things might have gone the way they went in order to kind of bring about like higher spiritual knowing. Like you've seen it kind of like as a path or a gift to more spiritual development rather than seeing it as like inherently negative. Do we have anything else about why pile 1's person is so proud of them, please? Okay, so we have, I accept and release everything is in my life that's beyond my power to change. I think your person definitely sees you as like just like letting go of anything that doesn't serve them, doesn't serve you, and like letting go of like any unnecessary like anger or resentment, maybe not straight away all the time, but like kind of as quickly as possible, and coming back to that kind of like trust and love like very quickly. And like I think a lot of seeing situations spiritually is like not trying to force it to be something it's not, kind of like seeing it very clearly and seeing that like it's all kind of like divine intervention and divine timing, and like not necessarily wanting to change everything and control everything all the time. Like I'm getting that your person definitely sees you as like able to go with the flow of life and able to like see things from higher perspectives, and therefore because you're seeing it from a higher perspective, like you're not really all that called to try and change it too much. But like overall this was a really beautiful reading. Like it was so nice to read your cards for you, pile 1. I hope you got everything out of this reading that you really needed, but I think I'm going to leave that there for now. There's obviously a lot that your person is proud of you for, and a lot for you to take away from this. But if you made it all the way through, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you back on this channel again very, very soon. So if you can like, comment and subscribe, especially if your reading resonated, so that we can make that happen, I would really, really appreciate it. And I will definitely see you again next time. Hey there, pile 2. Welcome to your reading for why your person is proud of you, or what they're proud of you for, depending on however you want to interpret it. So if you chose this smoky quartz crystal, then this reading is probably for you. However, as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is a general reading, so there will be messages for specific people, and there might be better interpretations for some of the cards depending on your situation. So remembering to always use your intuition and discernment around what to take and what to leave. But let's get into the reading. I'm just using this astrology deck to clarify the general themes about why your person is so proud of you. Let's find out from Spirit why pile 2's person is so proud of them. Spirit, can we please get the themes about why pile 2's person is so proud of them? Okay, so we have the 4th house, which has to do with like home, roots, where we feel safe, where we feel comfort. It's also connected to Cancer energy. So it's kind of like a watery, like emotional kind of house. Okay, we've got a lot. So we also have Sagittarius. We have lunar eclipse, which is to do with change, also can be to do with dark night of the soul. Sagittarius energy is like a fire sign. It's mutable. It is like a kind of a seeker, a spiritual knower. It's associated with the ninth house of like faith. So we also have the moon, which is associated with the soul and like hidden depths. So I'm getting that like this might be a dark night of the soul kind of situation, like straight away. We also have the 3rd house to do with messages, which is like Gemini energy, like seeing both sides of the coin, like Mercury energy, like very much to do with the intellect and like kind of how things work. And then we also have the 8th house, which has to do with, which is like Scorpio energy, has to do with like sex, love, death, mysteries, beginnings and endings. So there's actually a lot here, but let's find out a little bit more using this traditional tarot deck about why your person is so proud of you. Pile 2. Okay, so we've got already 4, 4, 4. So the 4th house, the 4 of Swords and the 4 of Cups. Funnily enough, so in numerology, 4 represents like the 4 walls of the home, and the angel number 444 represents kind of like security, stability. So it's very much to do with this 4th house of the roots. So especially if you've been seeing 444 recently, like that's definitely a sign that this reading is probably like gonna reveal maybe some of the things that have been going on behind seeing that angel number. But let's get some more messages about why pile 2's person is so proud of them. We get more messages about why pile 2's person is so proud of them. We get more messages about why pile 2's person is so proud of them. We get more messages about why pile 2's person is so proud of them. Thank you. We also clarified 5 of Wands. And the 3 of Pentacles as well, please. Okay, straight away, pile 2, I'm gonna say that you have either recently been through or are currently going through a dark night of the soul. And I'm seeing that you've potentially been through that time very differently than how maybe you've showed up in the world in the past. Like I'm getting from these Pentacles cards that maybe in the past, like you were kind of always really like holding it together and really like always putting on a brave face, always like super practical, super like kind of like planning and collaborative, and like always kind of like always like had your shit together. And in this dark night of the soul, I'm getting that you actually kind of let yourself be human in a much, much deeper way than potentially that you ever had in the past. Yeah, I'm definitely getting that your dark night of the soul was very deep, that you explored a lot of deep things, that you kind of like ended up having kind of a bit of this like kind of let go and let God kind of energy that you'd not really had before. And like you you kind of like I'm sensing that it also kind of like broke you open and like unleashed a lot in you that maybe like you didn't even know that you had. And I'm sensing that maybe in the past, like you kind of like didn't really honor your own needs for like rest, and probably like put other people's needs before yours, in terms of like emotional needs. But when you went through this dark night of the soul, like you really like took the learning on board, and like changed how you showed up in the world in a really meaningful way, where you like honored yourself a lot better, honored what you like needed emotionally, especially from like yourself and other people, and also like honored your own need for like rest and time out, and like actually kind of letting yourself break down in order to rebuild and to kind of start again. We've got some synchronicity between the Fool card and the 8th house. They both kind of indicate like kind of like a new cycle. So I'm getting that your person, whoever it is, they are so proud of you for kind of like ending the old cycle of how you used to be in the world, and using kind of like this deep transformative time to like start a new cycle, like start a new way of operating in the world. The 8th house corresponds with like Scorpio energy, which is like very transformative energy. So you've got like new cycles and heavy transformed energy. Like it seems like you've been through so much, and you've allowed it to like penetrate you deeply, resonate with you deeply, and change you completely. Like essentially like you've really understood a lot and seen a lot in this time, and it's really like created like this new dawn for you in terms of like power and clarity and like wisdom. Like you just understand so much more than what you used to in the past. Like you've really kind of been through this like huge spiritual upgrade. The magician archetype is like essentially like the king's confidant. Like he's the magician's kind of like the knowledgeable like kind of wise man or wise woman kind of archetype that really knows how to guide people, and kind of sees with a lot of clarity and truth around situations. They're very empowered, and I'm getting like that this maybe is kind of like new for you, but it came about based on your kind of persistence and willingness to do the work, and also kind of like your ability to see a better more aligned future for yourself. Like I think this dark night of the soul maybe like highlighted to you, like kind of made you see for the first time really how you were living, and it made it very clear how you want to live. Like you kind of like saw what was possible for you and started to align with that in a way that kind of like brought out this new dawn of like power and clarity. And maybe like you became more aware of like how your thoughts and feelings were like contributing to your reality, and like maybe the ways that you were potentially shutting down in the past were like really blocking you, and so like you kind of like opened yourself to like a whole new level of like kind of spiritual awakening, where you like are just like so much more of a powerful manifester now, because like you're just a lot clearer, and just like in a totally different place. I think your person is also proud of you because this dark night of the soul like brought up so much for you, and like it actually created just like it, I'm getting that it created like kind of like a forest fire within you. Like the one suit is very fiery, suit is to do with the fire element, and I'm getting with this card that it like 5 in numerology can represent like kind of conflict and like upheavals and change, and so I'm getting that like maybe this dark night of the soul kind of like burned through you like a forest fire, kind of like destroying everything that like wasn't serving you, and now you're kind of on that new cycle that you see after forest fires, where the like kind of greenery starts to spring back, like all of the resilient pieces of the vegetation begin to like regrow or regenerate, and that's what your person's really seeing for you right now, that you've been through such a tough time, and you're just like regenerating so differently. Yeah, they're seeing you as like super strong, and someone who's like overcome a lot. It seems like you probably had your world really turned upside down by this whole situation, and you had to kind of like face that uncertainty in a way that you never had before. Like I'm sensing that you were like kind of very practical and controlled in the past, whereas you kind of had to really let that go in order to find strength to kind of like get through all this. I'm sensing that like maybe a lot of this happened over like the COVID period when you were in isolation and like potentially like really out of control. That's probably for some people here. I don't think that's maybe everyone, but definitely a few people. So I think potentially what triggered this dark night of the soul might have had to do with maybe a relationship. The Two of Cups like universally indicates like partnerships, attraction, relationships, soulmate connections, twin flame connections. And I'm getting that before, like I'm getting for most of you, the person that you're thinking of is probably romantic. Like it's probably like either a twin flame or soulmate connection or something that kind of like started all this for you. But I'm getting kind of like before this person who you're thinking of came into your life, like that was when you were like very disempowered and unclear. And it was only after this connection kind of like I think for some of you it could just be like, you know, like some other soul partner, like a friend or a mentor or whatever. But I think for the majority of people here, it was like a romantic partner, kind of like flipped the script for you, and like helped you kind of like go into all of this stuff. So yeah, I think for the majority of people here, what inspired this huge upheaval was definitely some sort of like deep spiritual connection with someone, maybe twin flame or soulmate, or just like some sort of agreement, soul contract kind of thing. And I'm getting kind of before that connection like really woke you up, that there was just like maybe that you didn't understand yourself or understand life like as deeply as you do now. But like right now you're like really in like this totally new place, and your person is like so proud of like everything that you've been through and where you've come out on the other side, just like so awakened and so different, and just like I think like I'm getting a lot of like heavy like manifesting kind of like spiritual, like very woke energy. Like your person, whoever you're thinking of, just thinks you're just like you've just kind of like come alive, like you've really like upgraded in a huge way. Okay, so we also have come together, tree wisdom, and pure intention. So I think this come together has to do with what I was talking about before in terms of like essentially like you let someone, I'm going to say a romantic partner because I think that's who the majority of the people hearing this will be thinking of. Like you let someone come so close to you, and like you like really surrendered into the vulnerability of that connection and allowed it to change you so much. And that person, I'm getting like from them, like maybe they think that it was kind of like your willingness to come together and be changed by this connection that like really was the catalyst, maybe not only for your change but also for theirs. So they're so proud of you for like your willingness to be vulnerable and to walk towards this connection and walk towards all this change. Maybe like you didn't know at the time that it was going to change you this much, but I think on some level you were aware that you were going to be like transformed and transmuted by this connection. And they think that you were incredibly brave. They think that your intentions through that period were just so pure. Like it seems like they think that like you moved towards this transformation with such pure intent for both of you, in terms of like you wanting them both to like learn and grow and like enter into this new phase where you're both like much more like wise and connected and like awakened. Like they definitely see like how much it was like really coming from you that like all this kind of changed, and like I'm sensing a lot of change for them too, to be honest. Yeah, so like you're definitely like in this whole new place of like gratitude, wisdom, and self-love. Like I'm just sensing like honestly the biggest spiritual upgrade and transformation like that I've seen in like cards that I've pulled in a really long time. This is like massive. Like this is a massive shift, and it's very pure, very wise, very spiritual shift that I can't imagine like hasn't changed this person who you're thinking of just as much as it's changed you. Like it's clearly changed you both, like on such a huge level. Do we have anything else about why pile 2's person is proud of them? Do we have anything else about why pile 2's person is proud of them? The universe and my inner self are harmoniously balanced. I think this is like, there's two parts to this. Like I'm getting very much twin flame vibes from the yin yang presentation of this, and just like kind of how massive this spiritual transformation was, and also this 2 of Cups card like directly underneath it. So I think like you and this person have like completely balanced each other out and like kind of unlocked a lot in each other and just like changed a lot, and the 2 of you like have been able to balance against each other in like a much deeper and better way. But also just like within yourself, you have transformed in a way that you're much more balanced within yourself as an individual. And I think like probably the person you're thinking of has also been transformed in a similar way, where they're feeling much more balanced as well. But I think I might leave that there, pile 2. That's like kind of a lot to process, but honestly, like I'm so proud of you. You are like an absolute machine. Like you've been through so much and come out the other side just like so transformed in such a beautiful way. I see all the hard work and healing that you've been doing, and I am also so proud of you. Like I feel just as proud of you as like whoever it is you're thinking of right now. But if you made it all the way through, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And if you can like, comment, and subscribe, especially if your reading resonated, to make sure that I am here on your page again very soon. I'm very excited to read for you again. But yeah, like I think that's enough to take away, and I will see you on my page again very soon. Hey there, pile 3, welcome to your reading for what your person is proud of you for, or why your person is proud of you, however you want to interpret the question. So if you chose this beautiful orange calcite, I think, I don't know, I can't remember what this particular crystal is. Regardless, this reading is probably for you. But we're just going to first check the general themes of why your person is proud of you using this astrology deck. And just remembering that it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. There will be specific messages in this reading for specific people, and there might be interpretations of the cards that better fit your situation. So just using your intuition and discernment as you're receiving this reading. It's often actually the most important part of the reading is like intuiting what's for you and what's not for you. But let's get into it. Spirit, what is pile 3's person proud of them for? Please. What is... Okay. We have the 10th house of the world. So the 10th house often has to do with our career, and it's heavy Capricorn energy. So, sorry, I was just making sure that, I was just trying to hear if the background noise was going to be potentially distracting on this video. I hope not. But let's get more messages about why your person is proud of you. Okay, so we have the Jupiter return, which brings with it a lot of benefit and abundance. It's obviously the planet of good luck and good fortune. And then we also have the Pisces card, which signifies obviously the water element, but also like a very kind of like spiritual, emotive kind of zodiac. So let's start with those. But we'll get into the rest of the reading using this traditional tarot deck. Okay. Might actually just lighten these up. Okay, so although this like Jupiter card can have a lot to do with like fire placements, the 10th and Pisces house are both earth and water energy, so there's potentially some feminine energy here. I've got the Two of Cups coming out straight away, so even though I said this could be anyone, there's probably a good chance that the person that you're thinking of is maybe a partner or potential partner, or someone that you're attracted to at the very least. We will get messages for everyone though, so if that's not you, don't worry about it. All right, what else do we have for pile 3? Why the person is so proud of them right now. Do we have anything else for why pile 3's person is so proud of them right now, please, Spirit? Ooh, that was energetic. And the 8 of Pentacles, please. And the Ace of Cups. This is a lot. Oh, this is a lot. I'm actually going to keep this card because it's obvious that that wanted to come out. I'm getting pile 3 that your person's proud of you for potentially a lot of things, just with the like kind of amount that's come out in this spread so far. Like there's just been a lot wanting to pop out. Okay, so 9 of, sorry, I'm just seeing so many 9s. What I mean is pile 3, what I'm seeing straight away is just like a lot of feminine energy. Like this spread has a lot of feminine energy in it, from like the earth and water element here, and then a lot of earth and water elements in the spread. So Cups is obviously that watery, emotive, relational energy, and then the Pentacles is that earthy kind of goddess energy. So I would assume that most people here are probably a divine feminine in some sort of like questioning about a potentially more divine masculine partner. And I say that because a lot of what your person seems to be proud of you about has to do with your kind of like feminine energy. And I'm getting like, they're not just, it's not just a proud feeling is what I'm getting. It's also a like what I'm getting honestly is that they worship. Like it's beyond proud. It's like worship energy. Like whoever it is that you're thinking of, like I would be very, very surprised if this is not a romantic partner, just because like the energy is like beyond anything that I would imagine for any other sort of connection, especially with this Two of Cups coming out, which is like kind of universally a like twin flame soulmate kind of energy, and it being the first card as well, like it's not only that your person is proud of you, it's that they worship you. And some of the reasons why they worship you, pile 3, is that like I'm getting that you've been through a lot, and through everything that you've been through, you haven't let it you haven't allowed it to shake your happiness and alignment. Like you've stayed so aligned to kind of like truth, yourself, and I'm also getting like a lot of alignment with your partner. Like even like I'm getting that probably the Three of Swords is indicating probably a separation vibe. So I'm getting that like the person that you're thinking of is probably in separation with you right now. In separation to you, I should say, I guess. And they're so proud that even though they needed to step away from this connection to work on their own stuff, like, of course, they know that you've probably had moments about it, but overall, you've not allowed it to shake your alignment and happiness. And that you've continued to believe in them and this connection. I'm also kind of getting the same kind of vibe over here. Like, it's not like you even have to hope about this connection, because you just know intuitively that this connection with this person is something else. And like, I think your person knows that they kind of threw you a curveball, and maybe they've been a little bit ambiguous and like kind of leaving you in the lurch, and maybe not communicating or treating you like as they know they should, based on how much they worship you. But it's like all been based on their own stuff, and they just like absolutely gobsmacked that you have like remained that kind of like calm, intuitive presence. And like, it seems like to them, at least, you know in your heart that this connection will have another shot, will have another chance in the world, will have a like rerun, a return for a second chance. And your person is like amazed at that, because they know that because of their own stuff that's gotten in the way, they haven't necessarily shown you all that much in the physical to make that super apparent, even though it's what they really, really want, like deep down, even if they can't like name that consciously. Yeah, they're just proud that you have not been shaken by it at all. This kind of like energy here is kind of like making me think that potentially the first time around, this shadow of the Queen of Pentacles can sometimes be kind of like mothering and enabling. And this person like is proud of you for kind of overcoming that. Like, whether you guys have been in contact or not, like they know that you've overcome a lot of your enabling and kind of mothering to the point of self-abandonment kind of energy. Like, you've learned from that, you've integrated those lessons into your life, and you're showing up in the world like super differently now. And like, this person knows that you will no longer take any of their shit anymore. Like, you won't enable them anymore. Like, you've kind of, this Nine of Wands is kind of telling me that like you had your like time enabling them, but now you're kind of like moving past that, and like essentially like your energy is like saying to this person that that's no longer like kind of allowed, or it's no longer going to be a thing in this connection. And they know that that was something that you really needed to work on in yourself, and they've seen that you've done that work, or they can feel energetically that you've done that work, and they're really, really proud of you, because they know that you have like heaps of maternal nurturing energy, and they're really proud of you for kind of being able to focus that energy very positively now, and kind of not like falling into the shadow aspect of that particular energy. I'm starting to lose my breath because downloads are just coming in so fast. There's just like so much here. Like this definitely feels like a very like high order spiritual connection. And like these two cards to me is just like telling me pretty much everyone here will be like a romantic connection, because the Ace of Cups does signify like intimacy and romance and compassion and all that sort of stuff. I think your person can feel you like manifesting this connection back together. Like they can kind of feel that you're potentially spending a lot of time like in really positive emotions, and using that emotion and using the care and compassion that you have for your person to like manifest a new cycle with them. where you're kind of starting like a new way of relating. So the Page of Swords is like quite a youth, like young energy. So to me, it's like symbolizing newness. And the swords is an air suit. So I'm seeing that you're like kind of like visualizing and like seeing in your mind like a new pattern of relating to this person, and kind of that is like creating like manifestations for you. Like you're manifesting using what you're seeing in your mind's eye, as well as like lots of positive emotion. I think this Nine of Cups is more like your own emotions in yourself. Like there's a lot of like kind of very abundant and satisfied emotions just within you. And then there's a lot of like love and care for this person that you're thinking of. So this all together to me says that you're like definitely manifesting a lot, and your person can feel that. Even if they wouldn't be able to name it to you consciously, subconsciously, they're very, very aware that all of this is like being put into motion by you, and that you're a powerful creator. Honestly, like they can't believe how powerful you are. Like I'm getting that like you are in their mind constantly because you are such a powerful manifester, and you're using like so much of your emotion and especially your care for this person to manifest a new future, that basically like you've left an imprint of yourself in their mind. Like I'm getting like they can't release you, like they can't let go of you because you're kind of like you've ingrained yourself, like you've ingrained a future with them into a future timeline already. So like this person, like there's all they can do is like surrender into it, because like you've created such a powerful future for you two, and it's just kind of like you both like almost like catching up to it right now. I'm also getting like some surrendering energy on your end in terms of the feminine energy that I mentioned earlier with this card. Yeah. I'm seeing that maybe you've also been manifesting like manifesting good things for your person in the world, like not only using this good kind of vibe that you got going on to manifest things for your future with them, but also to manifest good things for them just in general. Like I'm seeing you potentially manifesting like a lot of success in your person's career for them, and they know that that's coming from you. Yeah, so pretty much exactly what I was just saying. This card that came out is like financial success and wealth. So I'm getting like kind of like heavy Capricorn status, wealth, abundance, ambition kind of energy. Like that seems to be what you're manifesting for your person, and they can feel that, and they are honestly just like so grateful for that. Like they know that they are nowhere near as powerful as the creator as you, and while they definitely do manifest and create things in their life, they can feel that a lot of that comes from you. Like they can feel that like maybe they're more of a practical person, but you're way, way, way more spiritual than them. And you're like inviting so much into their life. Oh, not the Sun card coming out. This is like abundance as well. So this is also like yang energy and abundance. Like I think like some of what you're manifesting is obviously very selfless, and just like you're manifesting for your person just like so much from such a place of care. And your person's just like honestly so amazed, and just like they actually can't believe how much good stuff you're inviting into their life that they can feel. They definitely see you as like high priestess energy. I'm getting like this coming in reverse might indicate that they're maybe also a little bit intimidated by that, like because they can feel so heavily like everything that you're doing for them in the spiritual world. Even though they're not actually that spiritual, they've realized how powerful you are, and like they're a little bit intimidated by that, to be honest. And I think it's that intimidation that's stopping them from moving towards you, to be honest. Because like when they do move towards you, they want to be like worthy, and like the energy they're getting from you is just so amazing that it's probably bringing up some insecurity for them. Yeah, the Seven of Swords is like definitely heavy insecurity vibes. And just like feelings of not being able to keep up. So like, to be honest, that's a little bit unfortunate that your person's like obviously going into lack themselves a little bit, but like I'm getting overall the energy is like they're just like super grateful and happy and excited about all the things that you're putting into a future with them. I'm getting that this may be like kind of lack and intimidation vibes are just like a sometimes thing, maybe not an all the maybe not an all the time thing. Okay, well, the card survived. This is the Lovers card. I think your person definitely thinks of you as their like end game, like soulmate kind of vibe. And so they're definitely hoping for a future with you. And I like with the Lovers and the Two of Cups card coming out, I'd say this is like almost definitely either a twin flame or soulmate connection. For sure, like the energy between the two of you is just like kind of too strong for it to be basically anything else. But yeah, this person definitely sees a future with you. And I think a lot of what they're seeing is actually what you're putting in their mind's eye. But yeah, I think this coming out upside down definitely signifies to me that maybe you're in separation, and that they're seeing this in the future, but potentially like not right now, for whatever reason. Like I'm getting like very heavy twin flame separation vibes, but like everything's kind of like seems to be going exactly how it needs to go, for you guys to like have your kind of like good fortune re-return. And in any case, like you're very connected, like emotionally right now. They can feel you, you can feel them. Even if they're not as spiritual as you, they definitely can feel you. And they're like so proud of everything that you've like kind of put in place for them, that you've kind of like selflessly put in place for them as well. Can we get anything else about why pile 3's person is so proud of them? Okay, so they're definitely proud of like your sovereignty, like your kind of like spiritual wokeness and just like badassness. And I think they're really proud of how much you've changed as well in this time. Like I see that you've really leveled up, especially with this change card being signified by the Thunder Moon. Like I think this is this kind of like High Priestess energy, and also this energy of like overcoming like some of the shadow of the Queen of Pentacles, like overcoming some of the enabling and self-betrayal and allowing, and really stepping into your power. With this Queen of the Moon, that's like very similar to this Queen of Cups energy. So yeah, I think they're really proud of how you've basically like not even had to hope for this connection. Like you've just known the whole time that it's going to happen, and you've just like really been focusing on what you can manifest and create for when the two of you unite again. And it has been a lot of abundance, and it's just making your person more and more and more attracted to you. Like they're just like, I'm getting heavy divine masculine vibes from this person, and they are like honestly so attracted to you, so in love with you, and just like so touched for all the things that you've created for them and all the abundance that you've invited into their life, both now and the future timeline that you've created as well. This is like, whoa, guys, I'm like, woo. I am super proud of you right now just because of everything that I'm reading. Like I can tell, like there's a lot to be proud of you for. Yeah, definitely they see you as having been aligned with what the path of this connection will be the entire time, and that you guys will get a new beginning at some point, and like you just really finding a lot of peace with that without trying to change it too much. I'm getting that your person's kind of more of a like control the outcome kind of person, and just probably wouldn't be able to go with the flow and trust and be at peace with this whole process. But the fact that you've got so much trust in this new beginning with them, and so much trust in the path to get to that new beginning, that you can actually feel peace in the process. Like they are just like hella proud of you for that. and they're just like amazed. Like they're so amazed by like a lot of your feminine energy. Do we have any last words about why pile 3's person is so proud of them? Any last words about why pile 3's person is so proud of them? I'm not at all surprised that a moon card came out. Like, you definitely have lots of moon kind of energy. So the first one is, I radiate love. My heart is open to receiving the love that I deserve. They're definitely so proud of you for radiating love in all moments and keeping your heart open and knowing that you're going to receive this love, even though like maybe there hasn't been a lot of confirmation in the physical. Like, you've been able to trust what's happening in the divine so much. And compassion flows from the heart of my inner being. I think this has a lot to do with this Ace of Cups card that we mentioned earlier. Like, you being able to have so much love and compassion for this person, regardless of your entire history with them. Like, they find that super, super, super amazing too. Like, that you've just been so compassionate and just like so aligned with your inner being or your higher being this whole time. And this like spiritual path the whole time. Like, of course, you've probably had moments, but like overall the general theme of like you in this connection has been like so loving, so compassionate, and just like so trusting of the universe. And they are hella proud of you for that, because I think it's something that they themselves are probably a little bit too practical and logical to do. But yeah, they're like absolutely amazed by you. Like, I get such a good vibe from this connection. But I feel like that's a lot to take away for now. So I'm going to leave that there, pile 3. I hope you got everything out of this reading that you really wanted. I am honestly so proud of you. Your person is so proud and amazed by you. Keep doing what you're doing, because like you're honestly killing it. And I'm really appreciative if you made it all the way through this video. I hope to see you back on my page again very, very soon. So please like, comment, and subscribe, especially if this reading resonated, so that we can make that happen. But until then, ciao. That's all I have for you today, guys. My name's Jade Wilding. I'll be on this page doing intuitive tarot card readings for whenever you need it. So if you would like to see me more often, please like, comment, and subscribe, especially if your reading resonated, and I will see you very soon.